Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Tuesday, February 23rd, 2016. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand, bright and early in the morning for me. Currently 20:09 on Wall Street and 8:09 in Bangkok, Thailand. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, again, great to be with you. Got some charts to look over. We're going to talk about some numbers that have come out yesterday in the indices and see what kind of data releases we have for today. But before we do that, traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, however, I do record this most of the time during the Asia session. So if you're opening this in London, you need to go back about 11 candles and you'll basically see where I started my presentation from. Traders, I started trading in 2006 and 2008. I retired as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida with a 27-year career. Came to Thailand for 3 months. Well, traders, I'm in my 8th year and I'm still here in Thailand and absolutely loving it. It's a great place to live and an absolutely awesome time zone to be trading the Forex markets. Up early in the morning, sleep late at night, get a lot of breaks. Thank you, technology. Place my trades, grab my iPad, my iPhone, head out, enjoy my day. All right. So, how do I trade? I trade technically. I'm a technician. I love looking at charts. I love looking at candlestick patterns, price action, price structure, support, resistance. I do use indicators. When I'm trading Forex, I use harmonics. And when I'm trading options, I use Ikimuku. And I have 3 EMAs on my live charts, which is a 200, 55, and a 10 EMA. However, we have to pay attention to fundamentals, right? So I don't trade the number release. I trade about 40 minutes after that. And if everything lines up, I'll be more than happy to take the trade in the direction of the trend and continue and try to get just a little bit of the pie from that news data release. But I don't trade the number release. I know traders who do, and they do very well. I tried it many times, and I just don't have the knack for that kind of trading. So I like the old pullback trading. I like trades where the price has to pull back and give me that nice entry. All right, let's take care of the legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's hit it. Let's head on over here. Let's take a look at the numbers. The Dow closed positive 1.39%. S&P 500 closed positive 1.45%. The NASDAQ closed positive 1.47%, with the small cap 2000 closing positive 1.07%. Green day in the U.S. stock markets. Let's take a look at the Eurozone. Well, it looks like all green there, too. The DAX closed up 1.98%. FTSE 100 closed up 1.47%. The CAC 40 out of Paris closed positive 1.79%. The Euro Stoxx 50 closed positive 2.13%, and that's out of Frankfurt. All right, let's move along. Let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. Some of our markets are not open yet. However, the Nikkei 225 is open. They are currently positive 0.56%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is currently open, and they're just barely in the green at 0.06%. The China 850 is not open yet, but they closed yesterday at positive 2.18%. And the Hang Seng is not open yet, but they did close positive yesterday at 0.93%. The Kospi is currently trading and barely in the green at positive 0.05%. Let's take a look at our economic calendar today. Let's see what's going on there. Looks like it could be an interesting day. We have German IFO Business Climate Index 90 minutes after the London Open. We also have Great British Pound Inflation Report hearings, high impact. Oh, that ought to be interesting. And let's see, you got a bunch of speakers out today. And we have CB Consumer Confidence out of the U.S. today, and that'll be 10 a.m. on Wall Street and 2200 hours in Bangkok, Thailand. We also have existing home sales today, also at 10. o'clock a.m. Wall Street. Again, 2200 hours in Thailand. And that's it. Quite a busy day. A lot of medium impact news events in there. So, got to keep an eye on your economic calendar. See what's going on during the day. It looks pretty busy. A couple of speakers from the Fed. So, yeah, keep your eyes and ears awake today. Commentary. Yesterday we had some really nice price action. I don't think there's any reason to complain about price action. We have had some nice price action. The euro, the pound really did exactly what we wanted it to do, just went over what we expected. And then you had the Kiwi that went in the opposite direction. And we'll talk about all that, and we'll take a look at these charts. But I'm excited about this price action. This price action is really good. The hardest part, of course, is your entry. Make sure you get in with minimal risk, and that's the whole thing. Live to trade another day. Capital preservation, right? Make sure you can open your account tomorrow and trade again. All right. Why don't we get over to the charts? A little bit early today. That's pretty good. I'm happy about that. This is euro dollar. Look at this fall off from yesterday. Just continue to fall down. Now it went sideways after New York close. So I put a trend line in here. If this does not pull back to the daily pivot where I want it to at 1.1047, I'll take the trend line break because we do have a 3-touch trend line. And if it breaks that, let it give me a retest. Now that's resistance, and then we'll take it down. If you take a look left of the chart, folks, there is no price action here. This is in no man's land here, and that's what we want. Even with a pullback to the daily pivot, if you look left of the chart, there is no price action. So we're in territory that's great, where we have no price action to get in the way. As you know, I call Forex junk. So we have 2 entries and 2 possibilities to get in the euro dollar today. And yeah, I'll just wait and see what happens. This looks like this is going to be a London open trade. We have no data in Asia today. So it looks like it's going to be a London open entry. All right, let's take a look at the pound. Yes, this is the pound. It's not the same chart. It's already given us our pullback, right? It's already given us our pullback. I wanted it to get up to the daily pivot. Don't know if that's going to happen. I'd like to get in at 1.4165, and we'll get out at 1.4057. This is a nice 80-plus pip trade if it works. We might have to just wait for the bearish engulfing candle and get in from here. And that's okay because we have plenty of pips before we get to support. Like I said, if you look left of the chart, folks, there is not a lot of price action here, so I'm not too concerned. Even if it gets up to the daily pivot and comes back down, I'm not concerned about this little bit of price action here. It's going to get right through it. But yeah, just we want to sell this, and whatever time frame you use, the bias is to sell the pound dollar, right? We want to sell the pound. Looking good to sell, and yesterday's trade worked out unbelievably, really, really well on both the euro and the pound. Here's the Aussie. Aussie decided to make a reverse on us. I don't know. Would you call that a stop run? Maybe, I don't know. It's 2 days doing this. It's bound to get tired, and the bulls are bound to take over. The U.S. dollar, is up. It's at 97.23. When I looked yesterday, just before the New York session, so I don't know what it is after the New York session, but the dollar is strong. So I'm expecting this just to take out and just head on down. Also, we've had 2 touches of this resistance line that I put on the chart here. So I'm expecting this trend line break and just let it fall. And I'd like to take profit at the 200 exponential moving average at 0.7153. We're going to get in it at 0.7223. So it's over 100 pips that we can make here. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm sorry, 80 pips. Yeah, so let's get this done. We're at resistance. Let's see what happens. It could take this out and continue. It's done it before. It's the Aussie, and somebody gets on a microphone and says something, can really move this pair. So just be alert to that. All right. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. This was a great trade yesterday. Absolutely tanked yesterday. The only thing is, it didn't give us any pullback. There was no warning. This thing just fell off the cliff and just continued down. And you had to catch that engulfing candle, that big red candle at the 61.8. You can see there was 3 blue candles. The 4th one was a doji, and there was that red candle. That was your entry yesterday, folks. That was it. And down she came and never looked back, right? Took a little bit of a break, 2 candles here. Are you going to worry about it? Of course not. You're already break even, and you're going to just take this all the way back down. And, in Asia, you're out, right? I'd be out at these 2 dojis, probably 3 dojis. That would be enough for me, and I would have been out. But this was a great trade. So what do we want to happen now? We want this to pull all the way back up now. Now we want this to come back up to the 38.2 at 1.5400, but like 53.90, and we can sell this. And we'll get out at 52.30, 52.29, somewhere in there. Probably 30 or 31 would be better. And we'll just take this pair back down. I don't want to sell it here, right? Now, the issue with the Euro Aussie is if this just wants to continue to drop, that's very possible with this pair. So what you have to do is I would put a trend line in here just to monitor it. This doesn't need an excuse to move, right? So traders, you got to realize that this pair moves 130 pips a day on average. And I do my average on a 4-week calculation. So this moves over 130 pips a day, folks. So when this pair is in the mode, and it's in the mode, it can drop really nicely, and it has done so far. Take a look at the Euro Yen. What can you say? You expect the yen. I was expecting a much bigger sell-off in the yen than we have. Very small trade plan today on the Euro Yen. We just want this to come back up to the daily pivot at 124.73. We'll get out at 123.99. So, you're only looking at a 30 pip trade here. You can't take the trade where it's at. You're not going to have enough to get break even before you get into the CES1 pivot that we're going to get out at. So you have to be really careful how you trade this. This really should have moved, and it really hasn't done a lot of movement in the last 24 hours. So we'll just keep an eye on it, and we'll wait for this. But we would definitely want this. We just want to sell this, right? I do not want to buy the Euro Yen. But the caution on this is you have to be careful of Kuroda coming out and saying something, or BOJ coming out and saying something, or that Prime Minister Abe coming out and saying something. That is possible with the yen. You know that. And if they come out and say something, they can dump this in a second. Okay? So they don't tell you in advance anything. They just come out and do it when they want to do it. Okay. Here's the New Zealand dollar that just did I think this was a stop run myself. I think the big money said, okay, I had enough of you guys going bearish. We're going to just knock you out. We're going to knock you all out. And here we are. We got our engulfing bearish candle here when I took this slide. And I want to get in 0.6708. So I just want to break this trend line and close below this trend line. I'm in, right? I don't even think I'm going to wait for the retest, even though the New Zealand dollar is very good about giving a retest. So we could probably get the retest. I do see the daily pivot. There's not a lot of Forex junk left to the chart. We probably get a little bounce there. But I want to take profit at the 200 exponential moving average at 0.6645. Okay? 0.6645. We're going to get in at 0.67008. Okay? So we're ready to get in this. This is entry time here, so you got to be alert and awake to that one. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. A little quick today. I don't know why. I have no idea, but a little quick today. But pairs are looking good. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me today, February 23rd, on a Tuesday, 2016. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, always remember to let price come to you. Don't chase price. And traders, we'll see you in about 24 hours. Have a great trading day. Talk to you next time. Hey, look at that. 50 seconds early. Take care now. Bye-bye.